Good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome you all to Blockly Beginners ICode Global Hackathon 2022, which is world's largest K2 coding competition. So, as you know, we have already done with 4 other classes, 3 other classes before. So, then we will be again just see how we'll log in and we'll go forward. Okay, so I'll just share my screen now. So hopefully you can see my screen. So this is my screen, and so this is the home page which we will have, and from this home page we will click on login. And this homepage you actually come after typing icode.org, which I can share in your chat. I'll just share ICode. Okay, so after this, you just have to enter your registered email and then send the validation code. We'll click on this. The validation code will be sent to your registered email, and you have to copy it. So this will take us to Blockly Advanced, and we will get this page where we have to click on Start Learning. This is the page again where we have all the details of ours. The announcement, the national qualifiers for your region will be starting from August 28. Details will be shared over email soon. It says, and then you have all these training levels. So we are able to complete this level last time, and we will be just completing this level, which is programming level. And if there is any problem, you can just send a message, or just can put whatever you need in the chat. Yeah. So to go here, we will click on this. Hopefully I am audible. If not, please just write it in the chat. So yes, so we will be going back from here. We will be going to this level. Yeah, we were able to complete till 6th. So this was the level we did it last time. We will be starting from here. And as we have learned last time, how the spaceship moves, how the spaceship works, we will just follow the same thing. Yeah. So we have learned about this particular button also, which can create a grid for us, which will help us to count the steps. And this is your making the Dave go faster or slower. Yeah. So now Dave has to move here first to the spaceship, and then the spaceship has to move this. Spaceship is looking here. So that means what? It has to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 steps it has to go. Now the spaceship has to go 5 steps. And we have also learned from the previous thing that even though spaceship is moving, the Dave does not change its position. Yeah. So then the spaceship has to turn right, because it's looking now like this. It's looking like this. It has to turn right 90 degrees. Yeah. And then what it will do? it will again take some steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 to reach here to this item, which is just 4. And if I run it, what will happen? Yay, we are able to got 3 stars. Yeah. Now the next step we will understand. So we'll always have to find out the best possible steps we have. Yeah. So we cannot go to the other lesser steps. We have to find the best possible step. Now here also, if you see, this has to go here. So the spaceship has, you can put it here. So we just can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 steps. So in level 7, we have to go 6 steps. And then it has to turn right. And then it has to come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the spaceship has to turn right and the spaceship has to go 5 steps to the right. So after going 5 steps, now we know this spaceship does not. So if it is, it will be only Dev. What we would do? We would just do the reverse movement, which is minor steps. But here, because spaceship cannot do that, we have to turn the spaceship. So we can turn it 2 times, just like this. So 2 times means 90 plus 90. It will just turn the opposite. Yeah? And then you can count the steps from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Now let us see how does it work. Okay. So that is optimal use of our code, right? So that we have to do here. So now for this particular thing, what we have to do here is, if you see there is a gap between this, right? There is a gap. So we need to put the spaceship here so that Dave can actually put his feet on it to reach it for this particular item. Yeah. So what we can do? First, we have to put the spaceship 1 step. Yeah. So when the spaceship is 1 step, and if I can put the Dev has to come here, not the spaceship. So Dave will take 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Dave can take 5 steps. Now, if you see, Dave can actually move back because it's not over the spaceship, so it does not matter. So it can actually, now Dave can take some reverse step, which is like 3 minus 3. So if you see now, Dave is minus 3 here, it will be on this spaceship. Now the spaceship can move ahead in this place. Yeah. The spaceship can move this place. So what will happen? Sorry. Okay. Then it has to take a turn. Yeah. But before taking a turn, we don't need it. Because here also you can see the spaceship is already looking front. Not Dave, we don't need. Yeah. So that means Dave does not move with the spaceship. So what we will do, we will just make the spaceship move from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can make spaceship move here 7 steps. And then it can take reverse. Dave can take actually reverse too, because again, there are blocks and Dave can actually take the reverse. And then you can take either, but yeah. And then plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dave can take 5 steps. So how we have done it? So we have made this spaceship come here. Then Dave has to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Sorry. Then the spaceship can actually go to this place. Sorry. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then again, Dave can take back reverse and come front. Yeah. So we have taken one step more. Yeah. So we have got again 3 stars. So the next step, yeah. So we will now do the next one, which is yeah. So here, what Dave has to do, Dave has to, if you, okay, we'll understand from here. So Dave can take some steps here, and then it can turn right. It can come here, take a back, take a front. It's very simple. What we would do, because there is no gaps or anything, just movement for Dave. So we will just try how much less he can walk and take all the items. So now Dave is turning right. If Dave is turning right, then 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 steps. So here Dave is here. It turned right, 1, 2, 3. It has to come here. So then Dave has to take 3 more steps. So Dave is 3. Now after Dave is taking 3 steps here, again it has to take right or left. So we'll take right. So because it is just looking forward, so we can take left also. We can take left. It will be easier. Then it would take just a minor step back, a reverse single step. And then it would take 1, 2, 3, and 4 steps ahead. So 4 steps forward. Yeah. So how will we go? Yeah. So we can do it. Now you see it has go back and then take 4 steps forward to reach all the items. Yeah. So now for this one, again, we have to see where we can do what. Huh? So if you see here, so here my spaceship is here, Dave has to go here. So it can just take a reverse step and then come back. Yeah, and then come here, take this, and then come here, take this. Yeah. So we will try one after another for this. Yeah. Oh, so what we will do, the first step is spaceship is come. The second step, Dev now can stand on the spaceship and go to this corner. So which will be 1, 2, and 3. So that means where Dave should go after this, Dave should take -3 steps. So after taking -3 steps, it has to come front, right? So what it should do, Dave should come front. Front, how many steps? 1 and 2, because it has to climb on the spaceship. So after climbing on the spaceship, how the spaceship has to go? It can go either front or what it can do? It can, okay, so let us do, yeah. So let us do. So again, what it should do, it will come here. Then it can take, I'll just put it here. Let us come over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So first, let us come over here. So spaceship can take 5 steps. And then our Dave, what it can do, it can just turn right, turn left. So if it will turn left, it will just look front, yeah, and then it can just climb, can just walk 2 steps forward. If it is coming 2 steps forward, then again it has to take what? It has to take 1 step right. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let us take here, we can just make it more optimum. Let us take here spaceship here. Let us take spaceship only right, so that there can be a full, it can just walk over here. Okay, spaceship right, and then spaceship only 1 step more. So now it's here. Yeah, so then what we have to do? Dave can just turn left and do simple steps. Yeah, Dave can just turn left, because why it has to turn left? If you see, Dave is looking like this. It has to go straight and come back, or go back, come front. Okay. So what we have to do? Turn left. We can ask Dave to do -2. And then because it can go back, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Dave can come here with 4 steps. Yeah. So this is how, because if we take it here, Dave has to come here all the way. Again, it has to get back on the ship, or from here it has. So we want it, if it is in a single line, it would be optimal use of that code. Now see. Now it can just go back and fro, to and fro here only. Yeah. So we come to level 11. Yeah. So as we have learned previously also, um, that whenever the steps are repeating more than 2 times, yeah, whenever the steps are repeating more than 2 times, what we have to do? We have to use the repeat statement. Yeah. So if you see here, if we look here, what it is doing, it has a 4 corners. It has 4 corners. So first we will repeat it for 4. And if it just go along the line, it can completely grab all the items. So what we have to do, the Dave can actually turn right. So if it is actually, why? Because it is looking outside. So we have to first turn it this side, and then we can walk. So Dave can turn right. And then how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 steps. Dave can take 5 steps. So this will make all the codings optimal, because otherwise we have to write the same coding 4, 5 times. Yeah, again, we have got 3 stars. So the same way, let me make my screen proper. So the same way, what we have to do again, there is the block where you can see the items, but on the same surface, just we have to turn. So again, because it's a 4-dimensional figure, like it's a 4 angles are there. So we will be doing like that. And because it is looking like this, what we can do, is, what we can do is first, if we can make it just walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then take a left. So we can take this here, turn left, and Dave can, okay, Dave can actually walk first 7 steps and then turn left. Because it's already facing front. Yeah. Very good. We have come to this position now, and we have completed level number 12. So now for this, you can see there are only 3 repetitions, 1, 2, and 3. So what Dave can do here, you can again use the repeat statement as it's more than 2. Yeah, it can just, because Dave is looking which side? Now Dave is looking at the front, means that side. So to make it look front, what we have to do, we have to do Dave turn right, because it has to look this side. Dave turn right, and Dave has to cover how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to cover 4 steps. And if we do like this, you can see again we got 3 stars, means optimal use of for the coding. So now for this, what we have to do, Dave is already in the spaceship. But it has all the items are this side, and this side. So how we have to do? The spaceship has to move some steps. So here only spaceship has to move some steps. So how many steps? We have to calculate that 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dave has to move 5 steps. After taking 5 steps, Dave can turn left. So it's not Dave, the spaceship. But here you see it will repeat 3 times because there are 3 corners where it has to take the turn. So what we will do, we will put it here. And we will write here 3 times. So after taking the turn, we have to take the turn here first. So the spaceship has to take left turn first. And then it has to go how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So what we have to do, spaceship steps. And you can see we can cover up this, but there is only 2 stars. Now, how to get 1 more star? Yeah. So we will come back to this position again, and we will think how to make it 2 more stars. Yeah. So we can take a left, or we can take a left turn, and then we can take 10 steps. Okay. See, we could have. Okay. Now the next step, we will be completing this one, where you can see Dave has to do. Now see, for this step, Dave has to come on this, only then it can catch all these. Yeah. So what we will do, Dave can come one step and come to the spaceship. Then it can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But here there are repetitions because it has to take 3 corners. So 3 times it has to do. So what we will do, we will take Dave how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the spaceship has to take 6 steps, and then the spaceship has to take a left. Let us see. So we come to this level till 15. You can all go back and practice and see how, if there is any difficulty. And you can also ask questions, but before that, I just wrap up. So you can see we have tried repeat statements whenever the codes are actually repeating more than 2 times. Also, we have tried to count the steps for Dave and first, and then the ship has to come, only Dave then can cross this ground, right? And if you have any questions, you can ask. So hopefully next time we can practice and do more. And if there is any problem, you can go ahead and see the previous work. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. If there is any question, please share. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care.